Hello friends, today I am going to discuss about tracheostomy in COVID pandemic and tracheostomy tube care. Selection criteria for COVID-19 tracheostomy are: patient may be considered for tracheostomy on or after day 14 of intubation, where there is ongoing requirement for mechanical ventilation. Patient case should have been reviewed by at least 2 intensive care consultants, senior specialists, and the procedure deemed appropriate. Technique and location agreed between intensive care and surgeon's team. Ventilation requirement appropriate. Suggest FiO2 less than or equal to 50%, PEEP less than or equal to 10. In patient where the prognosis is not clear, they are older, greater than 70 years, and or have multi-organ failure, decision to proceed should be deferred. Where there are contraindications to intervention, like severe coagulopathy, decision to proceed to tracheostomy should be delayed further beyond 14 days. Most recent COVID-19 testing status should be determined, but it is not compulsory. All the health staffs involved in tracheostomy should use personal protective equipment like gloves, goggles, face shield, masks, gowns. Procedure should be conducted in negative pressure room. They are called negative pressure rooms because air pressure inside the room is lower than the air pressure outside the room. This means that when the door is opened, potentially contaminated air or other dangerous particles from inside the room will not flow outside into the uncontaminated areas. Modified surgical steps for COVID tracheostomy are: the procedure should be conducted under general anesthesia. This aided in achieving a good neck extension and respiratory control of the patient. Use of cautery should be avoided because electrocautery vaporizes the tissue particle and it can be a potent source of aerosol generation. Hence, in place of it, ligases and topical vasoconstrictors should be used. 0.5 ml of intratracheal 2% xylogen administered post confirmation via bubble stage. This decreases the post-operative cough reflex. Endotracheal tube clamping. Clamping of endotracheal tube at inspiration or inspiratory O to be done to avoid sudden de-recruitment and atelic trauma when tracheostomy is done. Transient apnea. Transient apnea is induced during tracheostomy to reduce aerosol generation and viral load to which operating surgeon is exposed. Before creating a stoma in the trachea, the tracheostomy tube is pulled towards the carina. After that, the clamped endotracheal tube should be retrieved for allowing the insertion of tracheostomy tube into the trachea, and immediately after that the tracheostomy tube should be conducted to the ventilator. Use of inner cannula and closed suction unit. Disposable inner cannula placed in all patients for better toileting. This also helps in preventing the need for early tube change procedure due to tube blockage. Closed suction unit used to suction tracheostomy tube to decrease environmental exposure. Suturing the tracheostomy tube to the skin. Stay sutures for tracheostomy tube were placed in the flanks to prevent accidental decannulation and de-recruitment episodes during postural changes for prone ventilation. Applying surgical marks to the stoma site. Surgical marks placed in the between tracheostomy tube and ventilator circuit to prevent droplet contamination during stoma site dressing and from tracheostomy site leak. Post-tracheostomy care. The tracheostomy care should be conducted in full PPE. Experienced staff trained in management of tracheostomy should be involved, and the use of closed circuit should be done all the time. Handling such as deflated cough and dressing should be reduced as far as possible. Tube change can be delayed to at least 7 days. Humidification and use of disposable inner cannula will safeguard against tube occlusion from respiratory secretion, reducing requirement for suctioning and cleaning. Simple heat and moisture exchange filters which provide adequate humidification and does not generate aerosol should be used. This chart shows a summary of what I described for tracheostomy and tracheostomy tube care. These are my references. Thanks for watching. See you in next video.